I tell you what, you're not gonna feel worse than Deontay Wilder. He got to come all back with that L and how he looked tonight, all the way from Saudi.
Yeah,
After that performance, they should make him walk back. After what he put on tape today, Ocho, they need to make him walk back.
Wilder, man, good friend of mine. Boxing is weird the way it works. Boxing is weird the way it works. Is he's always been dominant. He's always been dominant with one hand and one punch. He's always been dominant with one hand and one punch for so long. He's relied on it for such a period of time that now I think it's almost too late. Where now it would be much better
if you
teach him
nothing now. It's too late. It's too late.
Yeah,
for him
I know what I mean. If he was a little
bit
more technical and a little bit more sound as a boxer, not a puncher.
Yeah,
because now you're meeting people that have a great ring IQ, that are able to protect themselves from that one hand and that one punch, and they are better boxers. If that makes sense. They might not be the better. They might not be the better fighter than him, but they are the better boxer. They're outboxing him.
Yeah, and as long as they don't walk into that punch, or he let them sit them up to trap him. But I think the thing is for him, Ocho, in combat sports, like when you're like invincible. You remember how Mike Tyson was? Nobody really wanted to fight Mike Tyson until Buster Douglas knocked him out, and then everybody had a line around the block. It was the same thing with George Foreman. When he was knocking people out, he almost killed Joe Frazier. When he almost killed Ken Norton, nobody wanted to fight him. Then Muhammad Ali beat him. He took a sabbatical because the era of invincibility, when you're that guy, when you're the king of the mountain, kind of like a bully. Everybody's scared of the bully until somebody whip his ass and it's, you ain't all that. Man, shut up. You ain't beat him. Why you telling me to be quiet? You should have told that man to whip your ass to be quiet. And that's how it is in anything, in any combat sport. As long as you have this aura of invincibility, people are gonna be like, man, can anybody? Because you have to understand, Deontay Wilder, although he only had that one punch, it was dynamite.
It was effective. Listen, this is the funny thing about it. I've seen Deontay Wilder spar a few times. Listen, the sound, the power behind those punches, or that one punch, the jab is nice, but when that right hand catch you, and if it does catch you, he ain't even got to hit you clean. He could graze you.
No.
And you going down. But then when you get against better competition, you come against boxers that are good, that have great footwork, that can get in and get out, even though they're heavyweights, and they're outboxing you using this up here, then you struggle. You struggle a little bit.
In most heavyweights, Ocho, as you go up in weight classes, most fighters, as you start going up in weight classes, can end the fight with one punch.
Most definitely.
Obviously, in the heavyweight division, everybody can throw a punch and get you up out of there. But the thing with a boxer is that he knows I ain't gonna stand directly in front of you. I'm gonna come in at angles, and I'm gonna I'm gonna negate some of that power that you have by not standing in front of you. And so now all of a sudden, instead of giving them a square target, they give you like this here.
We ain't got nothing to hit.
Well, when you come, I mean, if you get like hit my head, hit my hit, it's like a stop sign. So he gonna tee up on you. And that, the thing was, what really, and I don't, like I said, I follow boxing. I love boxing, and I'm a huge boxing fan. I think what broke him more than anything, it wasn't losing, is when he hit the guy with his best punch and he got up.
Yeah.
He got up. Nobody had ever gotten up from a punch like that. And he kicked him flush. And he sat up in the middle of the ring like Undertaker and got up and commenced to whipping his ass. He said, Ocho, if you tee off on somebody, you hit them as hard as God will let you. And he don't go nowhere. Or if you knock him down, he get back up. I got to run. Well, you in a boxing match,
it could almost be demoralizing. Like, goddamn, that was my best shot. That was all I got. And to see somebody take your power and get up and continue to fight, it does something to you mentally. I'm sure it does. Obviously, I only been in the ring once, so I really am not, really equipped to be able to talk about it like that. But with the love I have for boxing, and the love I have for watching the Sweet Science throughout the years, I think I'm somewhat kind of qualified to talk about it.
How about we put it in terms that we do? Our best hitter hit the receiver. He go across the middle. and we hit him flush. And guess what? 2 plays later, they throw the ball to him again, and he go up and grab it across
and
the
don't
middle.
even care.
You're like, damn.
Okay.
Man, you know how many times we'd have had guys turn that down when they see one of them guys hit him like
sense.
that? Now, all of a sudden, we're like, well, damn. He ain't scared. He ain't got no alligator arms. He really about that life. So it takes something out of not just the defense, it takes something out of the whole team. Because as an offense, we used to seeing guys, he'll lay him out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he ain't laid out. He catching the ball and he take off running
at all. And the funny thing about boxing, the great thing that I love about the sweet science is styles win fights. Styles win fights.
Oh, yeah, so for sure.
No matter how much of a power punch you are, no matter how much you can hit somebody with one shot, when you get a better fighter in front of you that is great at movement, understanding when to take chances and when not to, that is very sound defensively and has a ring IQ, that is trouble for anybody that's a one-hitter quitter like Wilder is. I wish even at 38, I'm not sure. At 38, can you develop the skill set to be a better boxer and have a better ring IQ?
I doubt it, Ocho.
Or is it too late?
But think about it, Ocho. He got started in the game late.
Right.
It's not like, you know what I'm saying, Ocho? It's not like he started like in the amateur ranks of the Golden Gloves and worked his way up. He was a late starter anyway. So you're asking him to pick up skills and to be able to do things that he probably should have learned probably like, let's just say 10 to 12-year-old. Well, he didn't get started until his 20s. Right. So now all of a sudden he's already at a disadvantage. It's kind of like in any sport, when Tiger Woods understood, because think about it, Tiger Woods had a golf club in his hand at 2 years old versus somebody that started playing golf as a teenager. Not to say, I think, the longer you play something, the more skill, the more knowledge, and the more understanding that you have. And so I think that's what happened with Deontay. He got a late start. He wasn't technically sound, although he had dynamite in that right hand. He wasn't a guy that was looking to put punches together to get you up out of there. He was looking for you to make that one mistake. He landed that big right, and it was lights out. Now, if he caught you with it, with the exception of Fury, it was good night Irene.
Every time. So
do you
think it is too late, though? Do you think it is too late to develop the skill set? Listen, the movement, what I saw from him today in the early rounds, the movement, the patience, the picking and choosing, when to take chances and when not to, it looked great. Round 1 through 4, even though he was losing those rounds because he wasn't as active as he should be.
Is he scared to take punches, Ocho? Because you know now, in order to knock somebody out, you got to take a chance. I ain't never seen nobody knock nobody out like this here.
You got to take a chance.
So when you throw that punch, guess what's open? Your chin. Because you trying to line that punch on him or whatever it is. Maybe it's a combo. Maybe it's an uppercut. So whatever the punch you're trying to land, you subject yourself to taking one.
Do you think after I hear boxers always say, I hear announcers always say, after a boxer's been knocked out, he's never the same again. He's never the same. You think that holds truth? You think?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
It messes with your psyche. You think
you get cautious.
Okay.
You get cautious.
Okay. I see what you mean. I did.
I tell you what, I'm old enough to remember. You remember Roy Jones when he lost to Antonio Tarver?
The left.
He was never the same fighter
by accident. Yeah.
He was never the same fighter. He was never the same. Now I understand. Roy went from junior all the way up to super middle, all the way to heavy. He took the belt from Ruiz. He was 193. He took the heavyweight title, and then he dropped all that weight to come back down. That's what he shouldn't have done. But Roy was not the same fighter after he lost to Tarver. He started losing the fighters that Roy would have never lost. Roy would have toyed with him.
Yeah, most definitely. I think one of the problems with Roy also is as his skills started to deteriorate just a little bit, just a little bit, he wasn't sound defensively either. Because he was quicker and faster than everybody else.
Yeah. He could. He dropped his hands and he would like, okay, he catch you with that left hook. Or he would catch you something when you suspected. So now you're not as technically sound, and you're still trying to take those chances as you start to age, and the reflexes aren't quite the same. So hopefully that Deontay can bounce back.
Hey,
but I don't know.
Wilder say he coming back. He can't end like that. You can't end like that. You get back in the lab and you work on what you need to work on, and you come back and you keep on fighting.
Guys back in the 80s and 90s were so skilled. People think heavyweights are just big and slow, no footwork giants. But you have to understand, those guys had Olympic background. They came amateurs. Ali won the gold medal in 60. Frazier was 64. George Foreman was 68. Holyfield went to the Olympics. Mike Tyson was an alternate in the Olympics. Roy Jones was in the Olympics. Floyd Mayweather was in the Olympics. Sweet Pea Whitaker, Mark Breland, all those guys, Tubbs and Henry Tillman. You go back, the greatest boxing team ever assembled was the 84 Olympics. I think we won 10 of the 12 gold medals, and I think we got a silver in one and a bronze. But we won 10 of the 12. And you go look at that roster. From Sweet Pea to Mark Breland to Henry Tillman. We were loaded.
Had them boys on there. So you think things would be different for him from a skill point perspective as far as footwork and ring movement and ring IQ and stuff like that if he had started much earlier as opposed to 20?
Yeah, because the thing is, how often are you going to be able to knock somebody out with that headgear? So now you got to outpoint them. Now you got to outbox them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, not to say that you can't knock them out, but it's a lot harder. That's why they spar with headgear. It's a lot harder to knock someone out when they have headgear versus not. So now it's a point system. I got to outpoint you in order to beat you because the likelihood of me knocking you out isn't
but
that
he's
good.
Not a volume puncher though, so that takes that out the equation too.
Why? Because he didn't have the background, the amateur background. He didn't go up in the Golden Gloves. He didn't grow up, to go to the Olympics. So he just got in. So to get as far as he got with the limited trait and the skills that he has, you have to tilt your hat to it.
Yes, but that's why I was asking. I know boxing is different from football. Even at 38, is it possible to attain those skills even at over a short amount of time to become a volume puncher, to be able to come out and throw maybe even as a heavyweight? It might be ridiculous to say, 50, 60 punches around. Is that possible, or is that not in his DNA?
You think you could have been the same route runner if you didn't start playing football till you was 25?
Hell no, boy. I need all 10,000 of them hours. Right.
Exactly. Okay. So now, because you not only do you understand, okay, this is what I want to do, you understanding how to set guys up. You also understand from the defense that when I catch this ball, here's where the danger is going to come from. So you already know that from all those years, man, this single high safety. Ain't nobody coming. If somebody's going to come, they're going to be coming from the inside. So if I give him an inside move, he going to probably bite. I can spin out. Okay, if he's coming up, he probably coming up on the outside. Let me speak. I'm going to be able to get back up inside. But somebody might be coming. So just make sure, hey, I got to make this thing happen quick. It's just years and years and years of repetition.